Welcome to another episode of Finance X Media.
Today we're going to be talking about 1099s.
Love it. My favorite time of the year.
It's that time of year.
Total craziness to start tax season, just like I like it. Thank you, IRS.
Gracias.
And those are due January 31st, to be clear, along with W-2s and many other tax forms.
But we want the information by January 15th.
30th at 11 p.m.
If you pay us $100,000. Yeah.
And you have to give us massages.
Yeah, if you do all those things, we'll
Sweeten
do it
in the pot there.
But now you have to file Form 1099 anytime you pay a contractor $600 or more for a service. So that's not goods. It's just when they're providing a service, and that's electricians, plumbers, virtual assistants. The list goes.
IT people.
IT people.
It's not only do blue collar. We're equal opportunity 1099ers.
Yes. And now, to be clear, this is only smaller businesses. So if they elect S Corp or C Corp status, they actually do not need to be 1099. The only exception is attorneys and CPAs, who always
Don't 1099 us. We'll give you a discount.
Bros.
Exactly.
Bros before O's.
So make sure to file these. That deadline is the 31st. We want them before January 15th. And that's just to cover your bases. It reports that with the IRS. And that way the IRS knows when the contractor files their tax return, how much money that you paid them. And so they can add up those 1099s and have an idea approximately how much a contractor should be reporting as their gross income. So it's really important for them. Now, additionally, if you have 10 or more contractors that you need to send a 1099 form, you are required to e-file those. You can e-file if it's less than 10, right?
I think all the systems are e-filed now.
Yeah.
If it gets sent in paper copy, I don't think it gets recorded for my audits I've done. I don't even think that.
And it's your responsibility as a business owner to disperse those. So you may ask a CPA, ADP, whatever service you use to file them, but as the business owner, the onus is on you to disperse them to your contractors.
So with the $600, it's $600 throughout the full calendar year of all of 2024. So it's not just,
I thought I had a loophole. $5.99.
Not $5.99 for each one. So it's the whole calendar year.
You get a car.
You get a car. You get a car.
The whole calendar year, over $600, you want to make sure that you get that 1099 filed. In addition to the sectors that Jaron talked about, if you are paying a lender, so any of my real estate investors, if you're acquiring these properties with private money and you're paying back a lender
and want to write it off,
you have to 1099 that lender for the interest that you've paid them. You don't 1099 them for the principal, just the interest income that they've gained from lending you the money. The only thing that's worse than paying 18% interest to a private money lender is paying 18% and not getting to write it off on your business deductions as well. So you definitely don't want to eat that. In addition, it happens all the time with our construction companies, ours, other CPAs that I've talked to. A lot of construction workers, they deal with guys that come and go. They want to get paid cash, get paid under the table. You are not legally permitted to write off that business expense to that person unless you 1099 them.
To further that, make sure that if you're going to pay anyone more than $600 in a calendar year, have them fill out Form W-9 before you pay them $1.
And
it just covers yourself.
And we internally, we make that part of our standard operating procedures. So let's say that we're paying an electrician that comes out and we're paying them $300. Even though it's not the $600, we are still going to require them to file and fill out that W-9 form. Because most likely we're going to have that guy come back. One more, you're at the 600. So even if it's not 600, we always recommend make it a standard operating procedure for your business. One, so it's done, but two, it's super tough this time of year to get people to fill out W-9 forms because they get the anxiety and the closeness of filing their taxes. It's upon them. So it's always better to get that out of the way in the beginning before you even pay that contractor, just so you don't have to do that work on the back end. So in addition to lenders, if you pay rent, for your business and you want to deduct that rent expense, you also need to 1099 that entity as well, so you can take that deduction.
A lot of us skip that. It's probably one of the more forgotten things.
Why do you think that is?
Because usually when you're paying rent, you're paying it to property manager or an S corp or a large LLC, and so they're usually big companies. But I think if you were renting like in a strip mall that had small ownership, you'd worry about it. Yeah, sole proprietors.
Makes sense.
Yeah. If you do pay a property management company, you don't need to worry about it.
You're probably. I mean, I haven't seen that ever get turned over, but I'm young still. Could still happen.
Very.
Okay, I got a what if for you.
Okay.
Jaron.
Okay. Yep.
Starts
the slacker.
He starts a cat grooming business.
Of course.
Right? So baths and shavings and the whole thing. Cat grooming.
Okay.
And he has a Venmo account that he has people pay him with.
Okay.
What happens as these people are paying Jaron and he's accumulating, you're bankrolling.
Let's go.
Yeah. Like you make like $10,000 on this business.
Okay.
Yeah, like bankrolling it. And it all goes through PayPal or Venmo. Is he going to get a 1099?
Oh, if it's 10,000, I think that's over the threshold, right?
Yep. I think we said it was 5,000. So what they're kind of
over the threshold.
Yeah.
What kind of account do you have?
Well, yeah, if it's through Zelle, they would send me a 1099.
I don't know if Zelle will because they don't do business accounts. They have products on there now, but they still don't have business accounts.
Because Zelle's considered bank to bank. Anything that's a direct transfer, you have to file.
Which is funny, which means you still have to file it. Yeah. Yeah. When the guy does work on your house and he wants you to use Zelle, there's a reason he wants you to use Zelle. He's basically saying, "Pay me cash."
Yeah. Interesting. So if it's Venmo and it's a business account, they're going to send me a 1099K.
Yep.
In which case, the people who pay me for that service don't need to 1099 me. But if it's a personal
and they probably
account,
wouldn't unless they had a business like a cat showing business or a cat actor, like their cat was the what's a cat food? They were a model for the cat food, let's say.
Pure.
And you did, yes, and you did the grooming.
I prep them to be models.
You do like
clip their.
So what happens if I give you a fake Social Security number? When I'm like, yeah, my name is Bob and I'm an electrician, and you're like, I need you to fill it out, and I'm like
99999.
177, and then you're like, you need one more number, 4. What happens then?
Well, I'm gonna get a letter. I'm going to get a real nasty letter from the IRS, and we all love seeing that IRS window envelope in the mail. So
they could subject you to backup holding. Right?
Yep.
So you pretty much can't pay that person anymore once you're notified using that Social Security number, that name.
And I wonder, how often do you see the penalties imposed for 1099s? Because they range up to like $290, I think, depending on
the late filing penalties or for backup withholding.
The late filing penalties, because I read that there's also an intent piece of it too. That
I haven't seen many of those, and my recommendation still is do the 1099, send them out.
Yep.
Maybe you accidentally don't e-file it. I don't know. But do the 1099, send them out. If you accidentally didn't e-file, at least you got them out.
Yep, I hear you.
Wink.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid.
For entertainment purposes only.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, but make sure you file your 1099s. That January 31st deadline comes a lot faster than you think.
Way too soon.
And the W-9.
Way too soon.
Yeah, do fake ones. Do whatever you have to get it out so you can do the real ones.
I don't know.
Get something out.
I think a lot of these tax code changes, I think we should be pushing these dates back. It's just not realistic. To have it all done. I mean,
well, all the brokerage companies, they send out and then they reissue them again in March.
Yep. Oh, wait, no. I need you to amend my tax return.
Yeah, my dividends were actually way more than $1.
And you got to finish your books before you can 1099 your contractors. And so you just got that finished December 31st. You got to wait for reconciling.
You're like still working on the last year.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just finishing 2023 up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And don't send 1099s late. There's honestly
Or you could just go off the best system I love, and you look in your account and you go, well, I don't really need to do 1099s. I didn't make any money last year because I don't have any left over in my account.
I don't think it works like that. I wish it did.
So if you don't have money, you still have to pay taxes.
Yeah.
Crazy, isn't
Yeah.
it?
It's not
Like
just
if
based
you-
on your bank balance.
You like
that is correct.
spent all your money on drinking and women and gambling.
And bags,
and
Hermes bags.
Yeah, and then wasted the rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you're
That's
still
I've never seen anyone do that. That's crazy.
gambling though. 1099s
Yeah.
over $3,000.
Interesting.
1099.
Okay.
So get your 1099.
Good to know.
in. And also, TCPA is happy to help you out with those. As I'm sure you've gathered, there are so many exceptions to these. It's hard to remember all the rules and who you've paid. So when you have someone who helps you with your bookkeeping, tells you who you need to pay, and can remember all those rules for you, it can just reduce that headache a lot.
Do you guys mind if I check with Captain Tax
Not at all.
on this? Okay, I'm going
All right.
to check on this roll.
All right.
He told me 1,900.
1,900. Okay.
1,900. 1,900.
Seems about right.
Okay. All right. Captain Tax? Blondes. Dial 2 for... Is Captain Tax blonde? Dial 2 for blondes.
Too.
Oh. I think you gave us the wrong number. Well, I guess we're on our own on this one, guys.
Tune in next time for Captain Tax to give you more information about 1099s and how you can avoid paying backup withholding and getting IRS letters. Tune in next week for more content from Finance X Media.
Finance X, we're out.